Humans are not genetically equal facing sport performance, just as facing illness. When we look at the Olympic Games on TV, we can see that all the athletes look the same, like skier women have Caucasian origins and are muscled, and marathoners mostly have East African origins and are very slim. But since they shared the same physiognomy, scientists speculated that they shared the same genes for physical capacities. It would be very convenient to identify a gene specific to gold medal winners. In a paper published in PLOS ONE in 2016, an international consortium compared the genes of elite endurance athletes of world-class caliber and sedentary controls from many countries. They tested 1,520 athletes, half of them took part in international competitions, and 2,760 controls. The scientists hypothesized that the world-class athletes specifically shared one or several endurance performance allele and found only one marker encoding a protein that had nothing to do with muscles or bones. On the first hand, it is good to have sport genes because it would be very convenient for trainers and sports clubs to select future champions. They would not lose amounts of time screening kids. Plus, the direct selection of kids positive with the athlete gene would allow countries gaining more medals. This would be economically interesting for governments. On the other hand, it is unfair because a genetically gifted person will always be better at one sport than a normal person with the same training. But can somebody with more training hours and the aspiration for victory be better at one sport than a genetically gifted individual? And are all our performance only driven by our genes? In a paper published in the journal Physiology in 2008, scientists argue that top Olympians are likely genetically gifted individuals who, in addition, have numerous contributors to the complex traits of being an athletic champion that may not necessarily depend on undefined genetic variations. After many research, they finally found out that human physical performance doesn't only depend on genetic, but also on mental, like mental toughness, game knowledge, maturity, anticipation, decision-making, and aspiration for victory during competitions, and environmental, as physical, training, nutrition, and technological aid factors. That's why athlete champions don't always have these exceptional genes. So it is not that simple, and genetic is not all. To conclude, we can all agree that even if we are not equal facing sport performance, they are multifactorial and also depend on nutrition, training, or mental, for instance. So a person without the sport gene who is very motivated and trained can also win competitions facing dream carriers.